Okay, say something. Say something. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hello, can you hear me? Hello, say something. Can you hear me?
Hello.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes. Sorry for all the technical issues.
So it's fine. It's fine.
Welcome, everybody. Can everybody hear me now?
I can hear you. Oh, great.
Yes. We are almost more than an hour late, but would still hold it. Yes, welcome everybody, and welcome everybody to today's live section. We'll be talking about the purple banana And yes, we have the author of the Poppy Banana here with us. So, Mr. Ikemba, over to you.
Okay, good evening, everybody.
Would like
Thank you for.
to know you, like introduce yourself to everyone.
Okay. Good evening, everybody. Excited to be here. I first of all
Am I
want
being heard?
to. Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you. I can hear you. If you can hear me, can you just indicate in the comment section so that I would know that I am not speaking to myself?
Can.
Can I go on? Can I go on? All right. Thank you, His Word. Good evening, everybody. My name is Ikemba Johnson. I'm the author of Purple Bananas, an idiot-proof approach to common sense living. Okay, thank you, Blessing. Yes, amongst the many things that I am a life coach. I'm an entrepreneur. Okay, I'm a life coach. I'm a breakthrough strategist. I like to refer to myself as a breakthrough strategist. That is, I help individuals and corporate entities experience mental breakthroughs that would help them, maximize their potential, optimize their performance, and improve their productivity in life and business. So that's just a summary of me, really. Thank you. Can 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 you hear me, Mario? Mario, can you hear? Can you hear me? I believe that the audience can hear me, but can you hear me, Mario? Because I finished talking already, and it seems like you are still waiting on me to hear you. So your mic is mute, Mario. Okay then. Blessing says I should just keep talking. Mario, if you get the message, you could just unmute your mic. I think I can see from here that your mic is mute. Uh, basically, uh, Blessing says I should just keep talking. Well, I've said all there is about me. Maybe you could just ask your questions. Maybe you guys can become the interviewer while I just respond to your questions because I'm here for an interview. So I can't just keep talking. I'm not here for a talk show. I'm here for an interview. So I would maybe you guys can just throw your questions at me, and I would be happy to oblige.
Everybody hear me?
Yes, we can. We can hear you, Mario.
The network is so bad.
Yeah, it is. Blessing is asking, how many books have you written? Well, Purple Bananas is my first published work.
Hi.
Purple Okay, maybe I should just let her go on with the moderation now.
Everybody hear me?
Hi, Mario. Yeah, her network is having issues. Network is having issues, really. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. You can go ahead. You can go ahead. You can talk to me through the comments. Yes, this is my first book. Purple Bananas is my first published book. However, I've written a couple of books. I've written a couple of short ebooks, short publications before Purple Banana. But this is my first published work. So I wrote a book last year, a short ebook last year called North Star. North Star: How to Find Your Compass and Your True North in Life.
Over to you, Mr. Kemba. Talk to
I can barely make sense of what you're saying, Mario. Maybe you should
would
just use the chat.
like you to introduce yourself.
Okay, I have done that already. I think that I would
Hello?
like to crave, I would like to crave the indulgence of the of the viewers. Maybe you can communicate with her in the chat because I cannot access the chat from here. So you can communicate with her in the chat and ask her to mute her mic and communicate through the chat. I think it will be better because the feedback I'm getting from her mic is actually disturbing my ears, really hurting my ears. The feedback I'm getting from her mic because of the network. So I would appreciate if you can ask her to mute the mic and just communicate with me through the chat. So I will read the chat and I will respond to the questions because apparently she's not hearing me and I'm not and she's not hearing me and I can't make sense of what she's saying. So that would help. I think that would help. I have already answered that first question, which is to introduce myself. I said my name is Ikemba Johnson. Um, I'm a Nigerian from Abia State, residing in Lagos. Uh, I'm the author of Purple Bananas, obviously. I'm many things, I'm a transdisciplinary life and um, brand strategist. Yeah, and I basically help brands and individuals, upwardly mobile individuals, experience mental breakthroughs. That would help them maximize their potential, optimize their performance, and improve their productivity. So that's what I do, and I do this through intellectual interventions such as speaking, teaching, training, consulting, facilitating, coaching, mentoring. So that's what I do basically. Um, and that is all there is to me. That is all I can divulge for now, unless you're asking specific questions. Okay, so I see a question from Mario. She says, "So what inspired you to write the book, and why choose the name Purple Bananas?" Okay, well, the book was inspired by my life. All right. In the year 2019, I was going to be in the year 2019 I was going to be 30, and I have a Facebook community, a growing community on Facebook where I share value with my members and everyone that has joined the group. It's called the Life of Great Tribe, and at the time it wasn't called the Life of Great Tribe. It had some other name. So I was sharing updates with them as the day was approaching for my birthday. I decided to do a three series post on 15 things that I've learned in the last 1 year. That was what I wanted to call it, because between 2018 and 2019, it was a turning point in my life. Something switched, in my life that really solidified my conviction to go on this path that I am on now as a breakthrough strategist. And I learned so much in that year. It was one of the most challenging years for me, but then again, one of the most blessed years for me, year two for me. So I learned so much in that time, and I learned so much in that time, and I decided to kind of summarize my learning points in 15 lessons over 3 days. And as I wrote these lessons every day, 3 days to my birthday, I wrote 5 lessons. And as I wrote it, the feedback was overwhelming. People resonated with the lessons that I was sharing, and it was so. And they kept, and they kept giving me the encore and say, "Hey, give us more, give us more, give us more." And as I wrote it and got to the last day, people were like, "Oh, is it finished? Is it all over?" And then I said, I said, "Well, it's all over." And then so I suggested to them, I said, "Should I document it? Should I put it in a PDF format and share with you all?" And everybody was excited. "Oh yeah, you're so generous. Thank you very much." And I did that, and I shared it with them, and everybody got it. And I kept, even after my birthday, I kept getting feedback, and "Oh, lovely, thank you so much. This was amazing." And so I shared it with a couple of mentors, people I look up to, and one of them came back and said, "He came back. I mean, this is remarkable. I think that you should expound, because what I did in that document was just a summary of the things that I learned in the last 1 year." And he says, "I think you should expand on these topics, okay? And then you should really speak more on them." So I started writing from 2018. I started writing bit by bit, draft by draft, you know, scrap sheet after scrap sheet. I started writing and writing, and voila, that's how I came. That's how the book came about. At the time I started writing the book, there was no idea of what it was going to be called until last year when I published, and and it's very remarkable how the title of the book came about. Okay, I was sleeping. I woke up with a name in my mouth, literally. Okay, I was thinking about the title of the book. I was really thinking about the title of the book, and it had consumed my mind for many days as I was writing, because I was coming close to the end of writing. And then I was sleeping one day, and it's like somebody woke me up with the name Purple Bananas. So I woke up saying, "Who said that? Who said Purple Bananas?" And the people around were looking at me like, "What is wrong with this guy?" And in that moment, I knew that that was going to be the name of the book, Purple Bananas. And then the subtitle, "An Idiot Proof Approach to Common Sense Living," is basically what the book does. it helps us to it helps us to um, prove ourselves from idiocy. And idiocy basically means going around the same cycle, making the same mistakes. That our parents have made, that everybody around us is making. Over the littlest issues rather. Like they say, common sense is not common. Section. Okay, I'm back. Purple bananas is common sense becoming common. So thank you for that question. Let me see if there is another question. I'll try to attend to these questions. I'm quite a storyteller, guys. So forgive me that I'm attaching stories to my explanations. Okay. Yeah, I think the chat is better too. Much better now. Okay, so Mario is asking the second question. She says, while reading your book, I found that it has a lot to talk about God. Does it mean it's meant for Christians alone? Oh well, I wouldn't say the book is even talking about God. I would hardly say the book is talking about God. Really, it's just a couple of places that I tried as much as possible not to make it talk about God. But the truth is that everything within life talks about God. Okay, you cannot rule out the place of God from everything with the but the book was cut across everybody. I've given it to a Muslim friend to read, and she she read it like, you know, she read it and she was really blessed by it, and she came back and she was like, "Oh, this book is so timely. Thank you very much." I've given it to people that don't even believe in God, and they resonate with it because the book talks about um, life principles, and principles basically are they're unchangeable really, because it it doesn't matter what God you believe in, they will work for you. So the book talks about life principles. So the book is not for Christians alone. The book is not for Nigerians alone. The book is not for Muslims alone. The book is for everyone that wants to live this life and live it fully. The book is for every human being, as a matter of fact, regardless of your creed, regardless of your race or your color. So the book does is not for Christians alone. No, I just only made reference to God a few places, um, and it's because I'm a spiritual person. So the book is more or less a spiritual book. It's not necessarily a Christian book. So I think I've answered that. Anybody else has a question to ask? Anybody else has a question to ask? Mario, I hope you can hear me now. Um, I hope you can hear me now. I mean, I've gotten this question loads of times. Do I intend writing more or stopping at this book? Well, I intend to. Um, I mean, I would love to write more. Okay. I love writing. Really, I love to. I would. Okay, great. I would love to write more, but beyond writing, I like that people encounter the interventions, okay, that I profile through my writing, and then they're blessed for it, they're transformed for it, they are helped by it, they find it valuable, they find that they can apply it to their immediate circumstances. Even if you find me writing, I've written a couple of fictional works, but even in my fictional works, you find that they're pointing you to yourself. Okay, they're pointing you to areas of your life that when you look at, or you take a second look at it, will actually help you and shape the way you do life. So I don't just write because I want to put out another work. I write because I want to address um a an issue, okay, in the person's life, an issue in somebody's life, an issue in the society, an issue in the world. Even in my articles, you see, that I'm always trying to address something. So of course, I would love to write more books. I don't intend to stop at this book. I would love to write more books. I would love to write fictional books too, because they're quite relational, and that's why you find that even in Purple Bananas, I may do with a lot of stories to be able to drive home my points. Some of the stories are personal stories, real life stories. Some of them are um, figments of my imagination. So, but I did it in such a way that you can't tell which one is which. You just assume everything is my story. you might be wrong. If you assume they are not all my story, you might be wrong. So just catch the cruise. Okay. Okay. Fred Uzi says, I actually love the review. Oh, thank you so much. I also love it. She did an amazing job. I also love it. Thank you so much, Fred. Fred is also asking. Fred, okay, Mary Esther. Sorry, I'm calling you Fred. I don't know if you're a guy or you're a lady now. Is the book on Amazon? Of course, the book is on Amazon. Purple Bananas. Just search for Purple Bananas or Ikemba Johnson or on Amazon, and you will find it there. The book is also all the links to the places where you can get the book is on the book site. Um, yes, it's on the book site. So I believe that Mario can, because I cannot access the chat box. Mario can help me put the link to where you can get the book there. What else do you do aside writing? Okay, like I said, I'm a consultant. I'm a strategist. I work in a consulting firm. Basically, in a business consulting firm, we help businesses. We help to launch and grow businesses. Um, that is another thing I love to do apart from writing is strategizing. I love to think. I love to create new solutions, create new products, develop new ones, innovate on them. So that's what I do. I work. I have a paid job. Apart from that, I also do personal coaching, group coaching. I have an NGO, Get a Life Africa initiative, and I am the lead facilitator or the lead volunteer for the NGO. So that's what I do. Thank you, Purely African. Thank you, Purely African. Thank you very much. I would like a book. I also wish to write a book. Oh, of course. I think it's an amazing feeling to be able to articulate your thoughts, and document it in a format that can, be read across border and that can impact people where, even beyond your time here on earth. So that's an amazing thing. That's an amazing thing. Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you. So any more questions? Any more questions, guys? Keep the questions coming. I really appreciate it. I hope I haven't missed any question. Please, if I've missed any question, just kindly ask again, and I will. Okay, so Mary says she loves the part about tolerance. Okay, what about it? So I love the part about tolerance. Can you talk more on that? Oh yes, tolerance. Tolerance is basically what we need, as humans in the world, because um, the things that make us are the things that um, are the things that are the things that make us better. The things that make us that keep us together are more unifying than they are diverse. Okay, and I say that to say that our beauty is in our diversity. Okay, our beauty is in our diversity. We all come in different shapes and size. In the wisdom of the Creator, He made us come in different shapes, sizes, and colors. It is it is in our distinctions that we it is in our distinctions or in our own wisdom that we decided to create distinctions for ourselves. And as a result of that distinctions, we started to put prejudices and say, okay, because I am white, then I'm better than you because you're black, because I come from a particular social class, I'm better than you. But tolerance is what we need as humans to be able to, okay, to be able to leave each other, to be able to manage our jagged edges, okay, so that we can coexist. Basically, tolerance talks about live and let live. It does not necessarily mean that we will always agree, but it means that we can agree to disagree agreeably. Okay, it means that we can agree to disagree agreeably, so that we can live and coexist. I mean, tolerance is, it is lack of tolerance that is the reason why there is bombing and killing, in Israel. Okay, it is lack of tolerance. It is because of lack of tolerance that is why there is so much pandemonium, in various parts of the country today, and so much unrest. If we can, but then tolerance is a word that we use freely, and that's the reason why I try to expound on it. You would want to read the chapter on tolerance, you'll be able to really get the drift of what I'm saying, especially with the stories that I told. Okay, so if if we really understand it, it's a word that we use loosely. Okay, tolerance, 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 it's just a word that we throw about easily, but I try to really dive deep into it, just take a deeper dive into it to be able to bring out what it means. Yeah, to be able to bring out what to be able to bring out the juice of what tolerance is. And if we can see it from this perspective, I believe that we'll be able to appreciate it more and appropriate it to our lives, to our relationships. Okay, to, I mean, I'm sure that there are relationships that we might have lost, looking back today, or after reading the chapter on tolerance, if we look back, we'll say, oh, I mean, that was me being foolish, I shouldn't have lost that relationship. But because I could not extend my tolerance limits. All right, does not also mean that we have to accept and agree with everything, but it means live and let live. So yeah, thank you. And let me see, are there more questions? Sorry. um so people chosen by grace. She says, what advice can you give people writing a book for the first time? Well, the advice I can give to you is to start talking about your book from the day you conceive the idea. Start talking about, let people know about the book. Start talking about it. That's one of the things that I didn't do enough of, probably because I'm a very private person. Quite introverted. I prefer to come alive. I come alive, when I'm just looking at the screen and typing and playing with words. um, I prefer to communicate through words. Okay, so I was not talking about my book enough. I was not talking about my book enough, or so that when I launched, and I even threw a big party for it, people were like, "Oh, really? You wrote a book?" Well, identify a problem, identify a need that you want to solve. I believe that every book has a story, whether it's fictional or non-fictional. I believe that every book is out to solve an issue, is out to spread a message, is out to talk about, to create a narrative, to talk about a problem, to talk about, anything. All right, even if it's your life story you're telling, I believe that every book is out to solve something. So identify, first of all, identify what it is that you want to talk about. Identify. For me, I started with 15 things I've learned in the last 1 year. I was hoping that people would learn from my experience in both failing and succeeding, and then it metamorphosed into a book at the end of the day. So the first thing you want to do is to just, you don't want to write a book halfway and find out that you're not interested in the topic, or you're not interested in what you're writing about. So yeah, it I in fact employed this principle in writing every chapter of the book. The chapters that you will find that I had written and I thought that I was done with the book, and I read it again, and I saw that it was not meeting any problem, it was not addressing anything, it could not help anybody. It was just a bunch of stories and motivational quotes. And then I scrapped it and rewrote the chapter again. Not one chapter, not two chapters, a couple of chapters was like that because I wanted it every chapter to be an experience. So yeah, that's it. Chizoba, Chibuzo, Chibuzo. Um, sorry. DK John says good evening. Good evening to you too. Mario says, what genre would you say your book is, fiction or no? I don't think my book is fiction. I think my book is non-fictional. It has. I think my book is a blend of both. Okay, it has but I tend towards non-fiction because it actually addresses a need. People call it self-help book. Um, People call it self-help book. Some people call it inspirational book. But I think it's more of non-fictional. Yeah, it's more of non-fiction. I think it's transformational book. My book is a transformational book because it helps you think. If you cannot think, I got a quote yesterday from Robert Kiyosaki. He says, if you cannot think, I'm sorry, I'm trying to put on my extra lights. Not working. Okay, hold on, guys, just for extra lighting. All right. So he says, if you cannot think, I cannot help you. All right. So says if you cannot think, I cannot help you. So I like to make people think. So that's what I try to achieve in the book. The book will help you think. It will help you um, find answers because only you know the answers. Only you have the answers to the questions that you're asking, and those answers are in you. But if you cannot spend enough time to think, then you cannot find the answers. And that's what Purple Banana helps you do. Okay. Um, Fred says I really need to read this book. Okay. Okay. I see more people joining. Thank you all for joining. Um, Blessing. Okay. Just exchanging pleasantries. Thank you very much. Thank you too. So, what advice can you give to upcoming writers as a published writer? Oh, wow. Um, I want to believe this is your last question. Okay. For upcoming writers, I want to say if you have a story, if you have um, a message, write. It doesn't have to come out right. I It doesn't have to come out right. Just write it and publish it. If you cannot publish traditionally, you can publish digitally. Thank God for the digital media now. Write it and publish it. After writing my book, in spite of the amazing reviews that I've been getting from different quarters about the book, after writing the book, I as an author and as an individual or as a stickler for excellence, I look at it and I see that. I see many ways that I could have improved. I see many ways that I could have, and all of those feedbacks, or feedback, I'm going to take and put into the next work that I'm going to do. So write. Don't wait till it's perfect. Write and release it because somebody has to listen to your message. Somebody is counting. Somebody is hinging on your message to be a better person or to achieve a particular objective in life. So write and publish. That is my word. But I have a question for Mario. I probably want her to put it in the comment section. The best thing you did when you got it was to smell it. So when you smelled it, what did you perceive? Was it smelling like bananas? You said you kept smelling it. Was it smelling like bananas or um because I was just curious whether I will watch that part. I was just laughing. I was just laughing. Was it smelling like banana? Thank you so much for having me. Hi, can you hear us? Hello? Hello, Mario. Hello, Mario. Hello. Uh, Anybody else has any question for me? Okay. I was asking that when you smelled the book, what did it smell like? Bananas? If you can hear me, Mario. Hello. Okay, thank you. Thank you too for having me. Thank you. Thank you. It was great. Thank you all. Thank you very much. All right. Bye.